Lawn care programs can be expensive and over the top. If you want a nice green lawn that you have done as a DIY lawn enthusiast, then follow these simple steps and you'll have a fantastic lawn leading into the summer. Now, you don't need to follow every step exactly. There are alternatives, so make the best choice for your lawn at the time when you're out there inspecting it. So let's get into the video and tackle the first task. Now, in early spring, your lawn is going to look terrible. It'll be brown, there'll be patches that are thin and look like they're dead. But don't worry, follow these simple steps and you'll have a nice, green, thick lawn before you know it. The first thing you need to do is to clean your lawn up. I like to use my rake here to remove leaves and any larger pieces. And I also use this rake to free up any of the matted down areas. After I've raked the bigger pieces up and worked on the areas that are matted down, I like to get on my mower. Now, if you've got a push mower, this works just as well, but I like to use this as a vacuum essentially. I just drive over like I'm mowing the lawn and pick up all the leaves, sticks, and dead grass that has been left over the winter, and anything that I did leave from the fall. I do like to use some old blades on my mower just because I may hit some stones or larger sticks that I missed when doing the manual cleanup. I was very surprised with how much I picked up. This was nearly 2 full bags on the back of the mower, which is a lot more than I was expecting. But I do cut the grass a little bit lower than normal early on in the spring. Now that you've got your lawn cleaned up, you need to evaluate the state of your lawn and to decide the next step that you're going to take. So if you've got a lawn where it's a little bit thinner, maybe you reseeded it in the fall, you might want to take on an overseeding project right now just to thicken it up for this year. If your lawn was full of weeds, you're probably going to want to apply a Pre-Emergent. Now, those weeds probably dropped weed seeds. Now, Pre-Emergent will stop those weed seeds from germinating. Now, if you already have weeds on your lawn, they're not going to help that. Now, if you don't have a weed problem and your lawn's not thin, then you can just skip this step. It's one less product or one less step that you need to apply to your lawn at this point. Since it is quite early on in the spring, you're going to want to make sure you do a temperature check on your lawn to make sure it's not still frozen. I'll leave a link in the description below to a video that I did on that. But if you are in that 50 to 55 degree range, you are going to want to get your Pre-Emergent down, and then 55 to 60 you can start seeding. So just bear those temperatures in mind if you're taking on this step. I'd recommend that you get a Pre-Emergent only and not a Pre-Emergent with a fertilizer. This way you're getting more Pre-Emergent down onto the ground instead of having a Pre-Emergent and fertilizer application. The issue I have with the 2-in-1 products is that you're going to end up applying a product to your lawn that it potentially doesn't need, so you may as well just apply the Pre-Emergent and then go back with the correct fertilizer. Next step is to apply a fertilizer to your lawn. Personally, I'm going to wait another 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to let my lawn green up on its own. It normally takes a little bit longer into the middle of April before it starts thriving, so I'm going to wait until then to see how it responds to the weather change and just what the lawn is doing on its own without adding any products to it. As for the fertilizer you want to apply to your lawn, you can do a soil test and that's going to tell you what your lawn is deficient in. Then you can buy a product around that test so that you're giving your lawn the nutrients that it's deficient in. If you're not doing a soil test, just get something that's well balanced. You can get organic products as well, so if that's something you're interested in, you can get them from most Home Depots and Lowe's. You don't need to get anything specialised. One thing to note when you do go to Home Depot and Lowe's, don't get caught up in the spring fertilizer craze. Just go and look at the garden centre and get a generic fertilizer. You don't really need anything that says spring fertilizer on it. They're all the same and they're all going to do a great job. Get something that your lawn needs. And likewise with a 4-step program, I would skip that. That's not going to be tailored to your specific lawn. That's more a generalised set of products for your area potentially. So get something that you know that your lawn needs or is going to be well balanced and not just for a generic lawn somewhere in your area. This is what my lawn looks like in late summer after following these steps. Lawn care doesn't have to be expensive or time consuming. Just follow these simple steps and you'll have a nice green lawn going into this spring/summer that you will be proud of. If you did find this video useful, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content coming up.